Hello, and welcome to another episode of Ecstatic Dies A Lot, where Ecstatic may or may not die a lot. We're gonna play some more Tomb Raider this Tuesday, and maybe die a lot. Hey Sin, welcome in. Let's do the thing. That's right. No fucking clue what we were doing. Other than avoiding the main story, which we can't really avoid anymore. Flag police. How are you doing today? I need to get over there. How do I get over there? You're taking work slowly. You could be really busy if you wanted to be, but you don't want to be. Nah, get it.
Qué bueno que vinimos.
Vine para crecer espiritualmente y terminé recogiendo
Llama, 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 llama.
Tal vez debería cambiar este rastrillo por una.
I want to go over the wall. I want to kick the chicken too. Or throw it like we did the second one. That was fun. But they won't let me. Ooh, we got side missions. You. Let's talk.
I can't quite explain it, but have you noticed how the world seems thinner here than in other places? Like it's just a curtain drawn, and if you found a cord, you could pull it and see heaven itself. There seems like a tangible connection between this life and the next here. Or maybe we're all already dead. Maybe I need to get out of the sun for a while.
Hi. Woo! We got a tomb.
Es peligroso, hermana. Para ellos y los trabajadores. No deben tener distracciones.
You must be Manu.
Who's that? Who's there?
She's the one who found the treasure.
Is that right, Diego? Well, what can I do for you?
I overheard you telling the children about Maya ruins.
Finally, someone who pays attention.
Well, you were right about the crosses. Isabella followed them to a hidden crypt.
Ha! I knew it. No one ever listens to old Manu, but I was right.
Somebody listened.
So you were. And I bet you're telling the truth about those Maya ruins.
I recognize something in your voice. The thrill of discovery, of finding something, some place unseen for hundreds or even thousands of years.
Oh, yeah.
There is something thrilling about that, isn't there?
There's no feeling like it. The taste of stale, dusty air still gets my heart racing. These modern people, these so-called realists, they close themselves off from such wondrous possibilities. They can't even imagine some of the things I've seen. That I would give anything to see again one last time.
Perhaps I could be your eyes, your witness of those Maya ruins.
You could at that, yes.
Do you remember where the ruins were?
Now, where were they? I remember a pool fed by 3 waterfalls. I wish I could give you better directions, but it's been so many years.
I should be able to find it. And when I do, I'll come back and tell you all about it.
I don't know about you,
Oh, if you
but
could do that for me. Touch that history.
I would have
would-
written it down
I
somewhere.
would be so...
Say no more, Manu. I'll find it.
Manu. What about you, kid?
Be careful if you go out to the graveyard, miss. A witch lives there. She likes to turn people into frogs.
I'll be sure to watch myself.
One lady upset the witch, and then the witch made her disappear.
What about you? What do you gotta say?
Hard work is good for the soul. The sect has been maintaining this mission through hard work for over 400 years. Angel de la Cruz and Truilos Serrano arrived here back then and immediately set to work. Their philosophy of labor being the only true way to get closer to God is one we still follow, even now.
Have you come to the mission seeking salvation or its secrets?
I'm not sure. A little of both, maybe.
To wait for life to unfold before you is a luxury of the young. I was like that once, drifting along.
Is that how you came here?
Huh? Oh, in a way. In a way. Can I offer you a small piece of advice? Make a choice before it's made for you.
I'm there
Enough
for
of
the
my
soup.
meddling. Are you looking to trade?
Impossible. I can't carry any more.
I am full up on Ooh.
Impossible. I can't carry any more.
I'm sure you will be satisfied. That's a good deal for both of us. Good deal. I'm sure you will be satisfied. That's a good deal for both of us. Come back soon, miss.
What about you? What are you gonna say?
My father brought us here when I was just a boy.
For a holiday.
Research. He studied Incan stone monuments. I guess it was more of a hobby. He had no formal education.
He sounds like an interesting man.
He was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I thought I'd come back here after he died. Maybe see if I could finish what he started.
I know how you feel.
But then I just ended up staying. There's something about this place that draws people and keeps them here.
Ooh. Guess what we're gonna do? Speaking of soup, I'm making soup tomorrow.
Ponga atención,
And
señora.
probably this weekend. It's like 20-something degrees outside right now. It's so fucking cold.
Cuídese.
Nah, nah, nah. Your mom. Sure, let's run around in that for a while, because it's not like I need any extra experience or even crafting items or anything else, because I'm fucking loaded. I haven't felt really cold yet, but it does finally, yeah. It's been feeling like winter for me, but that's just me.
Shh. You hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. She must be close.
She?
The Empress Jaguar. As soon as she shows up, every other animal shuts up. No need to attract her attention, right?
Right. Shouldn't we be quiet too then?
Good to know. Ooh, what did we find? Nothing really. This looks like I found it all on my own. There it is.
18th of December, 1604. I've neglected this journal for far too long. We've worked hard to build the mission. Every day more people arrive. Native villagers seeking conversion, soldiers tired of war, others whose faith has been tested by the long, dangerous journey through the jungle, all lured by Lopez's gospel of purity through labor. We work from sunrise to sunset, and then Lopez, or Angel de la Cruz as he now calls himself, spends his evening preaching the mission's purpose, to test the chosen one. He's calmed considerably, and if he believes something pursues him still, he keeps it to himself. Tomorrow we begin to build a library, where the box will safely rest until it is ready to be found by the chosen one.
I can't carry any more gold pieces. Bug, 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 bug. I really want to pick them up and throw them.
This leather-bound volume of prayers seems to be from the late 16th century. It's in remarkable condition.
I got told I was a bad influence today. Kinda laughed. Dude, why did you never learn to cover your shit? Oh, just like a fucking man, not to use it. Don't mind me. One of my friends. apparently I inspired and encouraged the idea to be less than productive. And encourage other behaviors instead. The fuck are we going? Ooh. Oh, they're weak-willed, and it's not because, you know, I'm just that damn awesome. Thanks. I've been feeling the love, son. Although you did just give me a really, really expensive bottle of scotch. That should be here Thursday, in fact. Ooh. Aha! There it is.
This describes something nearby. I swim with a turtle, seen only by those who let fear fall
I
away.
paid for the 3-day shipping. But by that I mean it's rarely the fault of somebody else that you do something you make it. That's true. I mean, there is that. Absolutely. I swim with a turtle, seen only by those who let fear fall away. Oh, goody. They want me to jump off something. Fantastic. What am I hearing? That's the jaguar. Alright, bitch, let's go. Where are you? Shit. Did I kill her? Did I manage to kill her? By accident? There's a deer. Where did she... I'm so confused. Where did she go? Because if I killed her, she should be somewhere in here. But she's not. So where the fuck she go? Because the deer are still here, which means they don't fucking care, right? They're not scared, so she's not here. this. Apparently, I offered a much more interesting alternative to what they had to go do, which was, go to work. Or go back to work. Yeah, I found a decent deal on the scotch and then used, the remainder to get it here sooner. I can provide you with a receipt if you'd like. And I tell you what, I panicked. I kind of panicked a little bit when I bought that, because Jesus.
St. John was the last of Jesus' apostles to die, and the only one whose life didn't end in martyrdom or suicide. As a writer of 5 books of the New Testament, he's the patron saint of theologians and scholars. Because of his long life, he was able to take on several students who continued his teachings after he died, establishing a line of religious study that remains unbroken to this day. Rumours have long persisted of monsters, for lack of a better term, in the area surrounding the mission of St. John. The locals refuse to discuss these sightings. They grow sullen when they are mentioned and usually scurry off and hide in their homes. However, it is my fervent belief, once we have converted the populace, they will see these monsters as nothing but superstitions, shadows that disappear in the Lord's light.
You do buy a bottle of scotch every few months. Yours is the higher end, but nothing I don't pay more for. I enjoy whiskey. Or I did. I did enjoy whiskey. The last time I had scotch, I think I was telling you, I wasn't even 21 yet. I don't think. But an older friend of mine was smoking I want to call it a cigarillo, and that's not right. It was a cigar, but it was small. And it smelled so good. Oh, it smelled good. And he offered it to me. Never smoked a cigar before then. And he handed me his drink, which was scotch. And he said the best way to enjoy the both of them was together, because apart they didn't do each other justice, or something like that. Well, that's not quite what I wanted to do, but I timed that beautifully. And it was intentional. But that was like the only time I've actually had scotch. When I went through my mixology courses, or my mixology course. Hold up.
These are 2 legendary trees which complement one another. The Chechen tree secretes a substance which is poisonous upon contact, and the nectar of the Chaka tree can neutralize that poison before it results in serious burns. The fascinating thing about these trees is that they always grow very near to each other. According to legend, two brothers, warrior princes, fought a battle to the death over the love of a woman and died in each other's arms. They begged the gods for forgiveness, and it was granted. Kinich, the kind one, was reborn as a benevolent chaka tree, while Tizik, the hate-filled one, was reborn as the poisonous Chechen tree.
There were certain things that we were learning that you could only really learn by taste. You believe that about some food? I can imagine it. Yeah. So I couldn't tell you the brand of cigar. I just remember they were short, and it looked like they were wrapped in a green leaf versus brown. But I think, unfortunately, that's in that period of time that my memories are fractured. So, but during the whiskeys, ryes, bourbons, scotches section of my mixology course, it was our teacher brought in little shooters of them, and we were allowed to, try a couple of drops, just enough to get the taste on our tongue so that we knew things. And that was also many, many moons ago. But you said this shit is good, so I am excited. And that bottle is going to end up lasting me for fucking ever. Because I really should not drink such.
Sounds like trouble.
It absolutely wrecks me. But, goddamn, I'm gonna drink it. I haven't had whiskey in so long. So rye, bourbon, and scotch are all, yeah, I think, ish. I mean, it's all part of the same family. So, just different. Yeah, what are the whiskeys you're used to? Honestly, I will and I get such shit for this. I really do. But my favorite whiskey that I've tried was Black Velvet. I have that was my go-to whiskey. Yeah, Scotch is just whiskey from Scotland, right? But my go-to whiskey was always Black Velvet. And then I got a bottle of Jameson's when I graduated with my associate's degree. And I don't remember which one it was. But I think I was at, and and it's one of these fractured memories that I have. And I remember trying a top shelf whiskey. And I was told at the time that there were 3 big names in top shelf whiskey. Tullamore Dew was one of them, and it's the only one that I can remember off the top of my head. So it may have been that one that I tasted. But I don't remember because it's one of those fractured memories. And of course, I've had Southern Comfort, which I am not a fan of. Jim Beam, don't like it. Jack and I hate each other. Yes, Tullamore Dew is an Irish whiskey. I believe all 3 of the top 3 that I was told were, the top end of whiskeys were Irish. I think. But that was a long time ago too, because it's part of that fractured section. It is. It's a Canadian whiskey. And as far as whiskeys goes, it's very simple. But I liked it because I could mix it with my Coke or I could drink it straight. You know, it wasn't anything super special. It was good. And it was, you know, it did have the benefit of being cheap too. But I liked how it mixed with the Coke when I would drink it. Jack Daniels and I do not get along at all, ever. I don't like it. I do not like Jack. I understand some people, you know, but at least the Jack that I've had is not good. Hated the taste of Jim Beam. I have never had Johnny. Never had Johnny. And I didn't like SoCo either. Blah. But of the big ones that are recognized, you know, there you go. That's my rundown. You know, I'm hanging here. I should be able to shoot my arrow. Or even a gun. I should be able to do that. It should let me.
Ugh, smells like rotten eggs. Sulfur.
Yeah. Jack has been the only, you know, real bourbon, I guess, Jim, that I've had. I just did not. I got so sick off of Jack. It was unreal. And it was Jack and Coke, but it made me so sick. And I have never had that kind of reaction to any of the other whiskeys that I tried, but Jack, Now, do not get me wrong. This is, you know, just average Jack, right? I would love to sit down and be able to taste, you know, the average Jack and then, you know, some of the signature series up to the Gentleman Jack series. And through that, I would love to do that just so that, you know, I had all of the differences, because I've been told that, you know, the Gentleman Jack series is much, much better than, you know, your average. So I can name one bourbon that I'd be okay drinking if somebody gave it to me. I sampled most of the typical ones at one point in the past, right? But yeah, I won't. If I go to a bar and they tell me that their well whiskey is Jack, I ain't drinking it. Not that I really go to a bar or drink whiskey anymore anyway, but... Oh. That's that. There you go. Okay. No. There we go. Yeah, I'm hoping I get enough warning before they deliver it, because it requires a signature. And I don't think that the office is willing to do that. I have to check the lease again, but somehow I think this is going to go poorly for me. Oh, no. Okay. I love this little house thing. I can hear them all over the place, and it's really upsetting. Especially because I can't see them.
The Yashil are here as well.
They're everywhere. There's a floating skull, or there was. What is this then? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, part of the reason I found out that my gallbladder was dying was because of my whiskey, or because of the whiskey. Oh, because that was my alcohol of choice at that point. I'd given up drinking. I wasn't drinking beer really anymore. But the nights and when I did, it didn't bother me so much. But when I would have my whiskey Coke, I would get terrible cramps where my gallbladder was just terrible, like bend me in half kind of cramps. And come to find out, it's, finding out that the gallbladder helps the liver filter and function, that you're not supposed to, if you have a sick gallbladder or something like that, you're not supposed to be drinking alcohol in general. But the richer the alcohol, the worse it affects your body. Much like, people without gallbladders really can't process fatty foods very well. It gives them terrible cramps or, stomach issues or whatever. It was. I mean, I was noticing that more and more foods were causing my system to just fucking freak out. And it was getting to the point where, like, everything was starting to bother me in one way, shape, or form, but I couldn't pinpoint. I mean, it seemed worse for some things than others, and I just figured it was the fibro, because it can affect, like, everything. But things that would just absolutely double me over was the whiskey. And yeah, it was, and then I had to go in, and I went to work one day after having remind me to come back to the alcoholic diagnostic tool, because I've got a story. But I went to work the next day after having one at, like, dinner, or 1 or 2 whiskey cokes the night before, and I was ill, like fever, the whole works, just randomly. Went to the doctor instead, and she flat out said, she's like, either you've got a nasty virus or there's something wrong with your gallbladder, and sent me to go have an ultrasound, like, same day. And then, or like within 48 hours or so. And then, like, a couple of days after that, I spoke with I found out that it was functioning at well below where they leave it in the body. I spoke to a surgeon, and, like, within 2 days after that, I was in surgery getting it removed. It was fucking rough, but yeah. So that bottle is gonna last me a long fucking time. But it's not just whiskey, it's like any alcohol I really can't process properly anymore, which is why I drink wine, because I can tolerate that the best for some reason. Beer and whiskey were my go-tos when I was, when I could. And wine was the occasional, I don't want to say treat, but it's kind of what it felt like, because I really just did not drink much in the way of, how am I supposed to get over there? I sort of remember going through this one and being very confused, because it's so chopped up and it's fucked up. That's what it is. It's just fucked up. We're just gonna say that.
I'll need to release the gas and then ignite it.
Yeah.
I'll need to release the gas and then ignite it.
I'm aware.
I'll need to release the gas and then ignite it. Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
I wasn't trying to pick
the Maya
something
tree
up.
of life, also known as Yashe, plants its roots in the underworld and then passes through our world as its branches extend all the way into paradise. Lurking somewhere inside the world tree is Itsamye, a bird god who is said to know all the secrets of the 3 planes of existence through which the world tree grows.
So, prescribing alcohol. Interesting thing. Not me. Friend of mine has a disorder. It's a genetic thing. It doesn't really do a whole lot, at least from what I know of it. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. And I learned about it 4 years ago, so maybe 5 years ago. So, my friend has a history of alcoholism in his family, which, you know, so do I, but whatever. And his hands shake. I mean, he's got tremors, like, it's bad. And he has his entire life, okay? So this is not like a withdrawal thing, it's not Parkinson's, it's, I mean, from the time he was a child kind of thing, you know? His hands just shake. Constantly. And there was some other things that he dealt with that seemed to go along with it, but he mentioned it to a doctor kind of in passing, I think. Or I don't remember the reason it came up, but the doctor said he had a theory, but he wanted, you know, and then started asking a bunch of questions. And one of the questions was, when you drink, does the shaking stop? And the answer to that was yes. It was the only time that his hand, well, not the only time, but big portion of the time where his hands would be completely stable was when he'd been drinking. And it turns out his uncles, and one of which is a heavy alcoholic, unfortunately, also have the same disorder or whatever it is. It's a thing. And that the only, and it's not really a cure, but it's one of the treatments is alcohol. And I'm not, and I mean, that is what I remember of my understanding of it. We'll say that. But it was something that, because we grew up together, I dealt with him. And it was just, I mean, it wasn't like awful or terrible, and it didn't like hinder a whole thing, except the fact that he was constantly shaking, or his hands at least. Release the gas. Right, you're right. So, and I'm not entirely sure why the alcohol itself actually helped. It's something about the chemical compositions, and I don't understand. And because it wasn't me sitting there listening to the doctor explain it, I was getting it translated from. Oh, yeah, okay. But, I mean, yeah, so just we were talking about, you mentioned being prescribed as a diagnostic tool, and I remember that. And we laughed about it when he told me because, like I said, this is for as long as I've known him, which has been, oh God, 40 years. No, maybe 30. But entire time I've known him, from the time we were kids. Come to find out that not only is it a genetic thing, but yeah, one of the treatments, the easiest treatment for it is alcohol. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, that's right. I've got to run. I think. Yep, but I can't remember. Exactly. I got to get up here. So I can do it this way. There we go. There. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called or why it worked. Just that it did.
Shit!
And unfortunately, due to the disorder itself, a lot of the people with it end up as alcoholics because that's how they treat it or something.
From its roots in the underworld, sheltering bats, it grows straight and true. Its trunk holds the realm of men fast, and its branches spread its white leaves across the night sky. This seems to be some kind of primitive sculpture of a human.
Didn't we see like 2 others of these already? They all look the same. And I think she said pretty much the same thing.
I'll need to release the gas and then ignite it.
Ah.
I'll need to cut the platform loose. It's not far now. Just have to get up there.
Fuckers.
This seems to be some kind of primitive sculpture. Hold on!
What?
I'll need to climb to reach that beam.
What beam? What are we talking about? I'm confused. That beam.
I'll need to climb to reach that beam.
Oh, fuck me, you motherfucker! I am not playing.
I'll need to climb to reach that beam. I'll need to climb to reach that beam. I'll need to climb to reach that beam.
Oops.
I'll need to climb to reach that beam. I'll need to climb to reach that beam.
right marijuana does wonders for pain and anxiety and depression. I got everything in here, right? Yeah. Awesome. Whee! Also does great things for your sex drive. Sure, let's, destroy ancient ruins. You're the destroyer of the world. What's a little ruin, right? I have got to remember to try and make a pot of tea tomorrow. I pulled out my tea and everything, and I just keep forgetting to actually make a pot. Alright. Now. Look at all those little distractions from the main story. Aren't they gorgeous? That's got to be the tomb that we just came from, right?
Come see what I have to trade. How can I
How are
help you,
things?
Lara? What are you looking for? Thank you. Come find me if you need anything else.
And now we gotta go this way. I'm kind of lost. Kind of. I feel a little bad. I feel a lot bad, especially since I'm not going to take the fur or the meat or the anything. Oh, that wasn't even the one I was looking for. That's great. Now we gotta go this. Why did you get on it like that? And we're starting fires and shit. That wasn't what I was looking for either. But look, more pretty little distractions. Ah. Okay, so now I know where that one is.
This pendant is decorated in the Incan tradition, but the effigy clearly appears to be an Aztec warrior. That shouldn't be possible. Several hundreds have renounced their pagan beliefs and turned to the teaching of Catholicism. Our work here is different. The heathens must learn the language and then the teachings. Most are not receptive, but only come looking for conversion to the true Lord from fear of what might happen to them if they do not. No matter. All paths lead to God's light. In the evenings, I rest easily, comforted by the conviction we will save these poor lost souls. Excerpt from the journal of Beltran, Ordinius Praedicatorum.
Is that it? Yes. Oh, hey, look. Wait, did I miss it still? I swim with the turtle seen only by those who let fear fall. Yep, that was it.
Didn't think these places would be trapped. Caught a spear through the abdomen. Hurts to breathe. Pray for me.
Got shot. Fatal.
Oh God, what is that smell?
Your mom. Black and Black, division of the company of Chicago, Illinois. We're gonna get eaten by piranhas. At least she's gonna bleed. Or moray eels. Okay. You're not gonna let me. You're gonna let me click on that one? What the fuck's wrong with you? Up?
Might be a path underwater.
Yeah.
This Maya god is very dark brown, almost black, with black rimmed eyes and facial features that seem to be melting at their extremities. This can only be Exua. He's the patron god of the cacao bean, which accounts for his coloring. Also, because ancient Mesoamericans used those beans as currency, Exua became by extension a god of merchants and of trade. Interestingly, when he first appeared in the lore, he was a god of conflict. There's something blocking the aqueduct up there. Is this supposed to be one of the beheaded gods of the underworld?
One of the beheaded gods of the underworld. Rebodied. should be kind of standing right on top of it, but I'm not, apparently. So I don't think it's on this level. Right.
Looks like there's a raft below the surface.
This is incredible.
I'll need to free that raft. I'll need to free that raft. I'll need to free that raft. I think this might be the exit.
We don't need the exit yet.
I'll need to free that raft. The piranhas are feeding on the corpses.
That's kind of what they do, honey. Oops.
Pulling won't keep the gate open. I'll need to free that raft. to free that raft.
Shit.
I'll need to get the submerged raft to the surface.
Oh, down, come on. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do that. Because it wants me to suffer. Oh. Maybe not completely. That's nice.
I'll need to get the submerged raft to the surface. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. I am Trujillo Serrano, and these are likely the last words I write. Andreas Lopez, or Angel de la Cruz as he has called himself these last years, has finally and fully gone insane. His demands have grown, becoming more grueling and grotesque as we labor to build his crypt. The construction is almost complete. I know I will die when it is done, Lopez, in a brief moment of clarity, told me himself. Damn that box. Damn what it has done to the man I once, and sadly still, admire. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. When storms crash and rivers swell, direct the waters to quench the thirst of the gods who toil above and below. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. The rope can't support the strain. Damn it. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. I can... This seems to be some kind of primitive...
Yep, there we go. One. Let's look at it. Alright, I need to see it again and pray that I'm wrong.
The rope can't support the strain. Damn it.
Okay. Oh, shit.
I can use the spigot to change the water's level.
Get out from under there, please. I am overthinking this and I know it. But I remember this, I had the same problem the first time I came through here. I heard it when I was getting myself some cookies. Okay, where are we? Prayers to gods. Okay. Okay. Tie a rope between the spot there and the counterweight across the room. Right, that's what I've been doing. Ish. Okay. Alright. So it says rotate it clockwise. Yes. Until it over the large basin, allowing the water level in the room to go down, which I did. Head over the wheel. Tie a rope between the spot there and the counterweight across the room. I just did that. Head back to the lever. Rotate the water spout back onto the wheel to rotate it and pull the counterweight towards it. However, before the rope snaps, send it back over the basin, leaving the door attached to the counterweight open. Okay. That's the part I was missing.
There. Got it to stay open. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level.
Definitely overthought it. That's inside. Oh shit. That was a red herring.
Lux, plural Alashab, is akin to the Maya version of a gnome or leprechaun. They're about as high as an adult's knee and wear traditional Maya clothing. They are created whenever a farmer builds a little house on his property for them, after which they'll help the corn grow for a period of 7 years, making it rain and chasing off predators. They're usually invisible, and in spite of their benefit to the land, they like to play tricks on or frighten humans. Don't call one by name, or you'll summon it from its home, and it won't be happy with you.
Can't come at it from the side. Sure which direction I'm supposed to come at it from. God damn. That took so much longer than it needed to.
Now to get out of this horrid smelling place.
almost out of,
I should be close now.
oh hell. That's right, eels. Ew. Well, that was a hiccup. How am I gonna get out of here? I wanna know. Shit. I'm lost. Again. Still. More. Always with the lost. Monster. I think I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque. Right. And then we came down here. Okay. That's fine.
Where was I? These jungles hide so many places.
I hope you've shined up those dancing shoes, Manu. I found the ruin. It was Maya, an ancient aqueduct. It was wonderful, just as you'd imagined.
She lying.
I knew you would. Now, tell me everything.
The ruins had flooded because of the earthquake. I swam through tunnels teeming with peril.
Go on.
I found a vast cavern and a stone tower with massive heads carved into its sides.
The Lords of Xibalba, right? Incredible. What else?
It must have been an aqueduct of some kind. And you'll never believe this. Most of the machinery is still functional. Water wheels, 3 men high, turned as smoothly as the day they were built. It was amazing to see, Manu. To be so close to all that history where no one has set foot in hundreds of years.
I see it. I can smell it, feel it, taste it. You've brought tears to an old man's dry eyes. I can't thank you enough. I'd like to give you something.
Manu, I couldn't.
Please, I insist. It's the first relic I ever found. It's beautiful and intricate. A decorated skull. I'd like someone who has the same passion for exploring that I did as a young man to have it. Don't ever let anything kill your sense of curiosity and wonder.
I won't. Thank you, Manu. An adhesive made of tree sap and powdered bone hold the jade and other gems in place within the wearer's teeth. A crude drill, perhaps made of obsidian, would have been used to delicately carve out the notches required to hold the jewelry in place.
No, thank you.
Oops, lo siento.
¿Tiene prisa?
Bite me, bitch.
Por favor.
¡Ouch, mamá!
Merece un castigo.
Te lo aseguro. Si se comprueba algo, así será.
The last one is like over here.
Claro lo que pasó y quisiera volver a escuchar la historia.
Ya le conté.
Now, this is a fascinating concept. The Miracle Club. Come meet people that share your beliefs, devotion, and taste for adventure. Create lifelong memories as you travel the world together. It's a Christian singles group dedicated to visiting pilgrimage sites.
Okay. Yeah, the last one's like right there, I think. Maybe not.
Si los trabajadores no deben tener
December 30th, 1603. Lopez has just returned from a nearby village, and with him came a group he says will follow him and help us with construction. There was something strange about his behavior. I attributed it to the long journey through the jungle. That night, however, he admitted what had been bothering him. They followed me, he whispered. The others. He walked off. I spent that sleepless night worrying about his deviations toward madness.
I don't think it actually revealed any new secrets. I think I found them all. Except that one. I somehow missed that one.
Esta pared no resistirá mis rayos. Gracias por darme la fortaleza para superar mi Mayan gods ruled over the
Okay. I think I figured it out. Sort of. Alright. So... There we go.
Someone decided this depiction of Christ's death needed a little sprucing up. It's amazing how the beliefs of disparate cultures can become intertwined over time.
Sure. I cut that one already, didn't I? Looks like it. Yep. Noisy birds. Yes, I'm being kind of lazy about it. Don't judge me. Man. Well, hell.
I have another.
We ran out of distractions.
Tardaremos eternidades.
Feels like a mausoleum.
Means we're on the right track, right?
Yeah.
Jonah, I feel something. We're getting close. Let's look around for signs of Lopez. This cross, it looks like it's from the 17th century. The door closed and a silence settled, so great and so vast I held my breath for fear of breaking it. Lopez turned to me, his eyes wild, a smile screwed across his face. He came toward me, arms outstretched, and for a moment fear flickered across my heart. But he pulled me close, his fingers digging into my shoulders. I found it, he whispered in my ear. and releasing me, he wandered through this room, walls of pure jade reaching up to the heavens, completely covered in intricate etched mosaics and carved figures. I followed at a distance as he approached an altar, and watched as he lifted a silver box from it.
Dude. Just no.
The others are worried that Brothers de la Cruz and Serrano will not return. I have so far maintained they will, that they always have. But in my heart I am beginning to believe we have seen the last of them, and that grief weighs heavily. We will continue their work. Either they will return to find we have not forgotten the teachings, or they will look down on us from above and bless our continued labors.
Upstairs. Which means that one's probably upstairs too. Yeah. Okay. Is that one upstairs too? Yeah. But those are... That one's not.
"25th of December, 1603. It has been 4 days since we turned away from the city. We traveled in silence and in circles, guided by a confusion of grief, relief, and celebration. Lopez and I exited the jungle and landed in a clearing, under the gaze of several faces carved into the side of the mountain. Lopez had an episode, as he later called it. He threw himself in front of the faces and screamed for forgiveness. The heaviest sin on his heart was abandoning Perez to the strange warriors. They had grown close over the journey. Try as I might, I could not console him, so I built a fire and waited, as he decreed his actions and pleaded for forgiveness from the silent stone faces. A heron and an eclipse.
That's, Unaratu's. I think that was her name.
And under his wings you may seek refuge. Under his wings.
I need to get up there. How do I get up there? Maybe go up the stairs. That would make sense, wouldn't it? we are totally not about making sense at all.
December 1603. Lopez woke me, having already prepared a Spartan breakfast. "This is where we were meant to be," he said, a cold determination in his voice, so very different from how he acted just the day before. I finished my meal as he spoke of holy retribution, how he had acted in error, but now God had put his hands on his shoulders and shown him the path to walk. "We will spread the true word of God from this small mission," he said, pointing to an adobe building just beyond the stone faces. "We will prepare the path for the chosen one to follow, for only he who does will be worthy of this box."
Right. Chosen ones. Gods. Prophecies. All sorts of fun shit. Oh yeah, I would love to see, again, something like this. It's sad, but it's also just kind of gorgeous.
This roughly drawn sketch shows St. John repelling a demon attack. Perhaps they plan to have this as one of the frescoes in the mission. Brother de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the three of us when he arrived, and Sister Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, de la Cruz had recruited a workforce of 36. They had prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother de la Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear, but he sent another to act as his hands as well.
This was I'm missing a cache.
Stone faces weep as Jesus creeps along the dolorous path. Too many died, more will still, and more will still, and more will still. His light leads the way.
Mm-hmm. Here we go, breaking the building again.
The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. Jonah, those 2 Bible quotes. The sun will be darkened, and under his wings you may seek refuge.
What does it mean?
That's it. Look for a heron and an eclipse.
I already found it. He's right here. Here we go, defacing some shit again.
There's a whole mural under here.
Cruz. The true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are the stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere.
I did. It was.
When we find the box, how do we get the key back from Dominguez?
We'll find a way.
I uncovered the cross already. He's right here.
Found something?
Yeah. Jesus takes up the cross. Help me lift this.
Wow, that actually worked.
Looks like a long way down. Let's see where this leads.
At least that looks newer than some of the shit we've been dealing with. Jesus.
Thanks.
Station 2. Jesus falls the first time.
There's an inscription here. Ambulate dum lucem habitis.
Walk while you have the light.
That did it. I wouldn't want to be buried in here. My head tossed behind a cross somewhere.
Just kind of like,
Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness may not overtake you.
Sounds like a hint.
Or a threat.
This looks like the Virgin Mary.
Station 3. Jesus meets his mother.
The mirror looks dusty. I'll give you a boost.
Up we go.
Hey, it worked. The light leads this way.
Yeah, and if the sun changes, we can get stuck.
Oh, what happened to these people?
It looks like the light activated something.
Laura! Are you alright? You're lucky it was a little rusted.
This must be Station 4.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at these frescoes. Look, someone else got close. He wasn't as lucky. It looks like he's accepting the cross here. There's a woman in this one. I'll need to direct the light beam towards the fresco of Veronica.
These people look like they were tortured. Hung up in the ceiling.
I don't think this was just a crypt.
sure that's the right one?
Nope. Oh. I got lost. Got lost. I thought it was this one. Yes, and
I'll get it.
is that the woman? I think so.
Station 5. Jesus falls a second time. Laura, is that what I think it is?
The Stations of the Cross again.
But with mummies. Isn't this sacrilegious?
Not necessarily. They could have been paying the ultimate homage.
Or they were just sick.
This must be Station 6. I'll need to direct the left light beam toward the crucifixion scene.
Looks like a church. These ones are posed like monks.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's the crucifixion.
So Lopez staged the whole crucifixion with mummies? Seems sacrilegious.
I think this was a place of worship for an underground sect.
Literally. I guess this is the sect from the pamphlet.
Mm-hmm.
This is disgusting. I'm glad I wasn't around when Lopez was. That inscription. Do not fear those who kill the body, but are unable to kill the soul. Is that meant for us?
Don't let Lopez get in your head. He's caused enough trouble already.
Okay, let's do this.
Alright. The crucifixion symbol. That this one? Hmm. Ew.
What's the first step of the crucifixion?
Not sure. Maybe it's on that pamphlet.
Strange there are only 7 stations. This must be based on an older tradition. Jesus takes up the cross, falls the first time, meets his mother. Then Veronica wipes his face before he falls the second time. Then he is crucified and finally entombed.
That's what I thought.
What's the first step of the crucifixion?
Not sure. Maybe it's on that pamphlet.
Stop it.
Looks like a church. These ones are posed like monks.
Uh-huh. He's carrying the cross. Think he's taking up the cross. Jesus nailed to the cross.
So Lopez staged the whole crucifixion with mummies? Seems sacrilegious.
I think she's wiping his face, I think. Mm-hmm. They're lifting him. They're carrying him.
This is disgusting. I'm glad I wasn't around when Lopez was. That inscription. Do not fear those who kill the body, but are unable to kill the soul. Is that meant for us?
Don't let Lopez get in your head. He's caused enough trouble already.
Okay, let's do this.
What's the first step of the Strange, there are only 7 stations. This must be based on an older tradition. Jesus takes up the cross, falls the first time, meets his mother. Then Veronica wipes his face before he falls the second time. Then he is crucified, and finally entombed. Crucifixion.
Not sure. Maybe it's on that pamphlet.
Think he's taking up the cross.
I'm confused as hell.
Then the Romans drive in the nails.
Yeah, come on. Nope. I think that's the right one.
disciple wall him in, and then... bang.
No witnesses.
The box of Isha.
How close to the end are we? Fuck.
Only the hands of the righteous one may seize destiny from mine.
I guess it's you then.
He led us on this goose chase. He sabotaged every clue.
All to keep this box from Trinity.
And the people of Paititi. He was totally consumed by it.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Let's go. Nobody wouldn't have mattered who grabbed it. Yep, follow the bubbles.
Where is she?
I don't know.
I just need the box.
Fuck you!
Well, I guess we're done here. Stop!
Let him go! Release him, and I will give you the box.
Lara, what are you doing?
I've lost enough people.
I know you have. Your father was brilliant.
He was taken from me before I could know.
He was my friend. But he was obsessed, relentless.
You didn't know him.
He refused to see the potential for destruction in his work. He had to be stopped.
You had him killed.
He was going to lead the public to Paititi. Everything I love, everything I fought for. my world would have been destroyed.
And what about my world?
Come on, Lara. You can't think it's the same.
It is to a 9-year-old girl. I was a child.
There was too much at stake. An entire civilization, hundreds of years of independence, thousands of lives. I had no choice.
There's always a choice. It's not too late. You can honor Unuratu and restore the sun.
No. The threat must be removed.
You're a low, selfish, murdering coward.
And you, Lara? How many lives have you ended? Hmm? In pursuit of what? Lara, go! Stop him!
Jonah!
Out of the way! Move, move, move! Watch out!
Roll one.
Hell.
Is that Rourke? Running past just now? Yeah.
Think we should call him?
Hell no. If there's any change in our status, he'll tell us. Hasn't been much radio chatter.
Man down! They can't be far.
You're right.
This is Rourke. Jonah Maeva has the box, and Lara Croft was last seen in the church. Find them.
They just left her alone in the church. It was chaos in there. Obviously. But this is Croft. There was something more important to worry about. It's like Croft is always making us play catch-up.
How does he expect to get away? Man down! Copy that. We'll find who did it.
Oh shit, I better look around.
Right. We're taking casualties! They won't get away with this.
Could be above me.
There!
I am not fucking around, people.
This
fuck are you?
Jonah, where are you?
I'm in the cane field. They can't see me.
Keep your head down. I'm on my way.
I think I looted everybody. Where the hell am I going? This way. That's where I'm going.
Canefield, all units. Priority 1. Find Lara Croft.
You heard the commander. Let's go hunting.
Croft, I know you're out there. I should have killed you in Siberia, but Dominguez was against it. That's on me. But I'm gonna fix that mistake. Now.
Take one down.
Hey, where are you?
I want her dead. Bad.
Hey, did you know there's still rum in some of these barrels?
Forgot. No, I'm not. Not sure if there's anybody else over there, but he can take care of them if there is. Well, that was the last one. Do I get a rocket launcher? I'd like a rocket.
Cardinal 6, we've got visual on Croft. She's at the distillery. Deacon team, deploy. Deacon's on the ground, Commander.
Let's get her.
Ah. or have them kill them all.
Lara, I'm in a chopper. I've got a pilot.
What?
Hurry!
Give me that box.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'll find her.
I'm gonna kill you.
Jonah!
Oh, God.
Ready?
Oh, yeah. I got it. I'm good.
What the hell were you thinking?
If I was you, it would have worked.
They might not get far.
Go.
Go, we got this.
Pan, 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 pan. This is Cardinal 1. Engine stall at 5.
Oh, for fuck.
Losing altitude. Attempting cold restart. Wait 1. Proceed.
That way!
This is Cardinal 1. Engine restarted. Rerouting controls.
This doesn't mimic the first, you know, the opening scenes at all, does it? Fuck. Oh! Oh!
Command, this is Cardinal 1. All systems functional. Back on course for heading 327.
Only one chance.
I don't think that's good.
How much longer to pay TT?
Almost there. I'm sorry I lost the box.
It's not your fault. It's Dominguez. It's Trinity. All the way back, as far as I can remember, it's always been them. I could have had a family. Everything could have been different. We will get the box, and we will stop Dominguez.
Your Highness.
Lara. Where's the box?
Amaru has it.
But the death of the sun draws near.
We'll get it back before he completes the ritual.
This will not be easy. We'll have to adjust the plan. Please, take your time to prepare yourself. We'll gather intelligence and fighters.
Thank you.
I'll stay here and lend Uchu a hand. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay.
Nope.
I can't believe how much Etzli has grown in such a short time.
He's going to make a great king.
Yes, but he's lost both his parents.
So did you.
I think he's handling it a little better.
That's just how it looks from the outside. So much responsibility on his shoulders.
I can't imagine.
It's not just about Trinity anymore.
No. Now it's for Paititi.
Hi, baby. Stop. Alright, this is where I'm gonna call it, because we are like super close to the end game here. And yeah. So, death toll today is 2. Yes, 2. I will be back on Friday with some Path of Exile 2 early access. And again on Sunday with some Alan Wake 2. And then back again next Tuesday. We'll probably finish Tomb Raider and start something new. So we'll discuss that the next couple of days. What we're gonna do after this. And then yeah, whenever I'm not feeling so great, you'll see me too. So I appreciate you coming out and hanging out, watching me play video games badly. I will see y'all on Friday.